Hey guys, PokeTrips here, and today I'll be going over the post-draft power rankings for the PDA. If you don't know, the PDA draft recently happened, and the video for it was uploaded recently. If you haven't checked it out and don't want spoilers on the teams, I recommend that you check that video out before this one. Now then, this video is going to be over the power rankings for the 10 teams in the PDA. This is purely based on teams drafted and not individual skill, and it's also 100% my opinion. Also, the teams shown in this video will not contain any of the free agency pickups after the draft or any trades that happen post-draft, as that will be a later video that goes over it. Now, on to number 10. The person falling to the number 10 spot in the power rankings this week is Trey of the New York Blasters. Trey started off the draft by drafting Mewtwo, Garchomp, and then Tyranitar. Then, with his next 6 picks, 4 of those Pokemon were Dragon type. That is insane. That's just bad team composition altogether. Even if he brings all of his Pokemon that aren't dragons, he will still have a minimum of 2 dragons on his team, making him still have a pretty big Fairy Ice Dragon weakness. Next up, falling to our number 9 spot this week, is Cameron of the Denver Maripos. Now, Cameron wasn't present for the draft and scrummaged up a list of Pokemon that he enjoyed using for me to draft for him. The Pokemon that he gave me aren't the best competitively, and that is why he falls to number 9. However, he does have pretty decent type composition, putting him above Trey. From here on out, the teams aren't bad, and they're all pretty close to each other, but for one reason or another, they fall behind the team in front of them. The first example of this is the number 8 spot, Owen of the Indiana Bruisers. While he started the draft out strong, he finished with, in my opinion, 4 pretty weak picks compared to the rest of the draft. Slocking, Chansey, and Drampa were all pretty questionable picks. Slocking because of its ability, Chansey because it didn't seem like it's the best fit for this team, and Drampa because that's a 3rd normal type in a row that he picked. Carbink can be argued to be a good pick out of these 4 Pokemon, so I'll leave it at that. Zach of the Chicago White Sox, a newcomer to Pokemon, is looking not that bad as he is in the 7th spot on our power rankings. That isn't the best, but it's a start. Zach started off with, in my opinion, the 2 best picks in the draft, being Metagross and Landorus Theory. He then, however, moved on to ruin the next pick by picking Salazzle, a Pokemon that wouldn't be seeing a pick for 4 or 5 more rounds if it wasn't drafted by Zach. After a very solid Sharpedo pick, he picked 2 flying types and a 2nd water type, and one of the flying types was very questionable, being Pidgeot. Primarina was his other water type, which could be questioned because there are better options. Next up, we have the Phoenix Sunkerns at the 6th spot. This is where all the teams start getting really close in competition. Joseph of the Phoenix Sunkerns is a very strong team, a mix of physical and special attackers, a setter, and some walls. The problems? Well, for starters, he picked up Incineroar with his 3rd pick. There are so many fire types that are better than Incineroar in this format. He also picked Rattata. I wish I was joking. The Detroit Dialgas are looking pretty strong, being built around Charizard and Venusaur. That's a strong Mega Core to bring to this format, as Charizard can Mega Evolve into either forms that it wants any given week, and you can bring Mega Venusaur for Volt. They can both be helpful on the team without being Mega too, which is really nice. Theron has many sweepers, and his team, just by looking at it, I want to say is the fastest team. There's nothing really wrong here, there's just better teams. Now we have Karthik of the Barcelona Keldeo. Karthik, if we were basing this just off purely of skill, would have found his way much higher up on this list. Karthik's everything that you need on a team: sweepers, tanks, wall breakers, setters. He has a very nice team. The things that bring him down are the fact that he has 3 flying types and 2 fire types, as well as Dodrio. Dodrio isn't bad, but there's other options, especially when you have 3 flying types on your team. Coming into the final 3, we have my team, the Cincinnati Peas. This may seem a bit biased, but I really tried to hold back on how good I personally think my team is. My team has quite a lot. It has a good switch-ins to a lot of things, being Mimikyu with Disguise, Dragonite with Multiscale, and potential max HP/defense Darmanitan. This team has plenty of sweepers, potential setters, wall breakers, and priority. This team is really nice. The only problems are 2 bug/poison types and 2 fire types. Mapu, I'm going to say it now, I owe you an apology. I criticized your team very harshly during the draft, and looking back on it, there were really only 2 picks that should be criticized. Rotom Frost, I will stand by this until I die, was the 2nd worst pick in the draft and was very pointless, especially in the 5th round. There were so many better ice types, it didn't make sense to pick Rotom Frost, and it still doesn't. Gallade, while not bad, I don't think he was worthy of being picked in the 4th round. Other than those 2 criticisms, the San Antonio Solars lineup is amazing. They have many tanks and hard hitters, and a troll and Togekiss that could get some crazy flinches. Also, I apologize for my comments about Goodra in the draft. I now realize how vital a Goodra can be to a team, and it seems like it'll be very vital to a potential championship-run team in the San Antonio Solars. Lastly, as you may have guessed, we have the only team left at number 1, the Arizona Houndours. Michael picked possibly the best legendary in the format, Tapu Lele, one of the best tanks in Aggron, and some good stallers. Also, whereas everybody else's draft picks could be criticized for late round picks, Michael's picks were actually really consistent throughout all of the draft. I love every pick on his team, and if he's right, this team could and will win a championship. Of course, all of this was speculation and was only the immediate post-draft power rankings. There have been trades and free agency pickups since then, and those will soon be gone over in a video. Do you guys think that I had the power rankings right? If not Michael, then who would you have had first? Let me know, guys. For now, guys, this has been Poketrips, logging off.